guys all we can, and I'll answer questions, whatever you want to, of course. But probably don't ask me any questions about this show. These guys are, I'm a guest, I guess. Whether they like it or not.
Let's ask him all the questions.
Oh.
Hi, my name is Sarah. I have a question for Ronen and Rafael. Buzz is going around about a possible spin-off of the Tarlos. Is there a way you can kind of shine light on if it's true?
Pull your phones out quick, guys.
The fact that it's being publicly reported and our showrunner is being quoted, so I think we could say that, yeah, it's true. They've definitely been trying to make that happen for a little while now. Breaking news. But, you know, again, it all depends on how the season does. The strike changed the industry drastically, so there's so much logistical and corporate stuff that goes way above our heads that has to happen, and you know, we can only hope for the best and show up on September 23rd. Yes, I mean, it would be a dream. You know, I will say this, and I said this earlier: the fact that it's even being spoken about that's the coolest thing ever. It just shows what Tarlos means to everybody, and that's all because of you guys. So thank you for the love and support, and it's clearly making really big moves right now. So let's keep tuning in, and you never know what will happen.
Who wants a sequel, Bart? Who wants a spin-off?
After Breaking Bad, the two actors, Brian and Karam, they went into business together with their mezcal. If you were two were going to go into business together, what product would you sell?
Man, where?
You know what? I'm just gonna let Ronen just speak for the rest of the day. I'm gonna just let him go off.
What do you think?
Male underwear.
No. That's gonna be my personal endeavor, but we could do.
Coffee. Coffee brand.
You do
Coffee
both
beans.
a lot of coffee.
Yeah.
Both of you.
Yeah, I'm like 7 shots of caffeine right now.
Yeah.
Tarlos coffee
Coffee.
Coffee.
and beans sourced from Brazil because those are the best coffee beans.
Oh yeah, Colombian I do too.
Yeah, but we'll do Brazil. Okay.
What's coming to you?
So this is for everyone. What has been, over like the last 5 seasons of Lone Star, what has been the most rewarding part about playing your characters?
Real life friendship. No, really. I look back. When we knew the show was ending, I started getting very sentimental. I was just saying to me, I like to do my feelings in real time rather than let them catch up with me later. So when it was like, oh, it's the last week, it's the last day at the firehouse, it's our last Tuesday together, it's our last, I was like crying all the time. And it made me like look back at the last 5 years and be astounded by how much of each other's lives we've been present for. And so my favorite part of the show is getting to spend that much time with each other and make these deep, meaningful connections that will last a lifetime. And we've seen each other through major life milestones. We've all grown as actors, we've all grown as people, and I just don't think there's a way to get that kind of level of intensity with people in the normal world. You don't spend 16-hour days with people and then like sit around in a semicircle in our chairs just talking in between doing our job. So, yeah.
And we went through COVID together, strikes together. It's great.
Yeah, because you're not only growing up as the character, your characters have this arc, but you are not separate from that arc. So you as a person, you have that arc within your life, you know, and lives change, people get married, people split, buy houses or whatever. You know, we're lucky to have that opportunity. So I said it in a meet and greet group before, but one of my favorite things about this job and being an actor is that every time I show up on set or have to do an audition and just have to do my job, it shows me where I need to work on myself, and I'm constantly challenging myself because of that. So yeah, it's a privilege to do what we do, to be able to do it and get paid for it. You know, it's a privilege.
Hi everyone, thank you so much again for being here today. It's such a beautiful experience as always. My question was, do you have any recommendations on anybody who wants to get back into theater? Because when I was in 5th and 6th grade, I actually was part of a week-long drama camp, so that was my only experience in theater, and because I work full-time, it's been kind of hard to get back into like hobbies that have been very rewarding, so I was wondering if you had any suggestions.
Just do it. That's my suggestion. Stop thinking about it and do it. Do it in any way and any means possible. So if you want to start by just going to watch theatre again, if you want to watch old plays on YouTube, if you want to buy a play, if you want to rent a book of a play from the library instead of like a novel, if you want to just like have it around you, do it, re-immerse yourself, and you'll find that you'll keep attracting more of what you bring into your life. So the moment you start thinking about it, you stop thinking, you start doing, it'll just happen.
I love that. And if I could add to that, community theater is amazing, you guys. Like, it can be so fulfilling. I started in a little tiny community theater in my little city I lived in. It's like a 2-3 month commitment. You know, you have to go to rehearsals maybe 3 or 4 times a week at night because they have the schedule so you can have a job, you can have a family or whatever you got in your life. And if you just do it at night, it's amazing. I'd say just go for it.
First off, I just want to start by saying thank you. You guys actually saved me back in March. Pulled me out of a really dark place. And my best friend showed me the show, and then all of a sudden I was able to enjoy it again. So thank you so much. And then my question was, how do you guys feel about filming on the last day?
Like I said, I cried a lot. I think there were a few clips of me literally on my knees, like on the floor, crumpled like a piece of paper. Just like and everyone was like, it's okay. And I was like, no, I know it's okay, but I'd rather cry now, here, in this moment, than like have it catch up with me in 6 months' time and be like, I miss everyone. So I think a lot of our tears were actually gratitude. Because the same way the show saved you, brought you out of a dark moment in a dark place, like the show did a lot for all of us as individuals, and we have done a lot for each other as individuals, and you get to this place where you're just overwhelmed with so much gratitude for everything that you've experienced and everything that's encapsulated in that 5 years, and then everything you get to take forward with you. And so, you know, Brian particularly just kept saying, these are tears of gratitude, and the biggest feeling that I'm feeling right now is joy and appreciation. And so I had to remind myself that, because I was like, but I can find her tears of sadness. And he was like, no. I was like, you're right, okay. He's like, what are you actually sad about? You have 5 incredible years, you have all these new people, you've had this amazing experience, like, what is there to be sad about? And I was like, you're right, it's gratitude, that's what it is.
5 seasons is a miracle. It's a miracle. I was projecting. Hello. I had two separate ugly cry moments. The first one was when we all realized that Rafael was around, and then it was just like, and you're like, holy shit, we might never do scenes together again. It's like, and it was so quick, like we didn't really get like much heads up. They weren't like, okay everybody, so like mentally prepare yourself. We were in a giant scene, and then all of a sudden they're like, and he had to go, it wasn't his last day, but it was his last day with us. And like, I remember we did a take, and then we were all like, wait, hold on. I think we're never gonna shoot with I would be cried on this man's shoulder for so long. And when he was leaving, we still had to do a scene, and it was a really intense scene. So when you watch it, I'm trying to, like, with my entire being, hold back from, like, weeping. And you'll see it in the, it's probably going to seem really good. But, and then of course the last day was, it was Gina and Brianna and me. So we got to rap together, TNT. Let's go TNT. And I tried to make a speech for the crew and the cast, and I literally couldn't speak. Yeah.
Yeah, on my last day, I was shooting by myself and with some wonderful guest stars. And I'm just doing my scene, and we're just doing the last take over and over and over again. And as I'm crouching down, and all of a sudden, Natacha, Brian, and Brianna, they come out from behind something that was hiding them with a big bouquet, and you're like, yay! And then everyone comes out, and it's my very first time rapping a show like that, and after 5 seasons, I just collapsed on the floor, kneeled, and I just started crying and crying and crying and crying. And I don't know. I don't know why that happens, why it's the crying, it's the final, there's just such a yearning to, like, because it slips out of your hands, you know? It slips out of your hands, everything, and it's almost like you finally, I don't know, you just finally let go of everything, and it's like, oh, now it's done. Now it's done. So, I'm very grateful for the time I've had in Lone Star. Very, 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 very grateful. Yeah.
Brian and I were not on our watch. Rafael would not rap fucking alone. He stood there just like, off you go, it's your last day after 5 years. We said no. And then text the group chat, like, who's available today? Because some people were shooting on a different unit or whatever. And me, Brianna, and Brian showed up. And we weren't shooting until our off day. So that's why he was so stunned to see us come out of the water in our clothes. They had no idea. And they did like a fake. Oh no, that was it. It was supposed to be his last take of whatever he was doing. It was all cool cop shit. And it was like action stuff. We were like, is it our time? Is it our time? The director's like, yeah. And they were like, we're going to set this up. It's going to be a fake take. And then you guys are going to come out because Rafa doesn't know and we'll be on camera. And then Rafa started doing such a good job. And we were halfway out and the director's like, and so we're all like trying to shuffle back and we're watching the cameras like, it is really good, I wouldn't want to cut you though. And he looks like so badass and it's all action, and then finally it was at the end of the scene and like a long pause of whatever he had just achieved. And then it was like, and they like slowly start series wrap on. And then me and we all came around the corner and I had like a stupidly large bouquet of flowers. Like, it's really good.
There are videos of Bart, you've had to say goodbye to characters. How was your experience, like, having to say goodbye to a character? Like, or something that you can read of. How was your experience with that?
Great question. I'm from a different show. But we did have like a really emotional, it was kind of funny, you guys didn't see High School Musical 3. That's probably the most emotional one, more than this. We did the series last year, but in the movie, it was maybe a little serendipitous because a curtain falls and everybody's graduating from high school. They have all these weird emotions and like, oh, I kind of remember the high school. You say goodbye to all your friends and you never see them ever again. And so yeah, it's really emotional. It's unlike typically a movie you do for 2 or 3 size movies I do is like 1 to 2 months. But like on a series, it's like so unusual. I'm sitting here listening to these guys go, I've never been on a series for 5 years. My gosh, man, that's amazing. Talk about like a family unit. I think that's what their experience is like. This is like every actor in Hollywood wants a series that lasts that long, and nobody gets that. we did these movies that lasted 3 years, so it kind of felt like 3 or 4 years, but when the curtain falls and you know it's over, oh my gosh, it is like, I was listening to you guys like kind of thinking about why is that so emotional, but man, it really is. I feel emotional just talking about it, but it's we love what we do, and you spend so much time, you spend more time on set with your family than you do your family at home a lot of times, and so I think it's like, knowing that this chapter's over is, and knowing how special it is, I feel a lot of sense of gratitude. Like,
Thank you for sharing your story there too.
Hello, everybody. I'm Kiara. Mostly I love all y'all, but kind of a question, kind of like, Rafael, I have a marriage certificate here. You're married to one of the fans, and he officiated. I just want to know if you know about it.
No, I do.
You want to see it?
Do I want to? No, I believe it. I believe it.
Yeah, her name is Tay Loki, so
Oof.
you mentioned Tay.
Thank you, Ted.
You have a wife?
I have a wife. Lucky me.
Here's to you.
Next question, please.
So first of all, I just want to say thank you guys for being part of a series that not only is diverse, but shows representation. I think we all in these times. Also, my question is for Ronen. I've been thinking about it since we talked this morning about what's your favorite fairy style song.
Meet me in the hallway. Still, forever, always and forever. I've told you this. I'm not gonna go on a tangent on Harry Styles, but that album was my moving to Los Angeles, finally pursuing my dreams, jumping into the unknown. So that album was with me that whole year of 2017. So it's like it was a very, very specific sort of anthem to a very crazy year of my life. So thanks, Harry Styles.
Hi, my question is, if you could sum up your character's journey in season 5 in 3 words, what would they be?
Happily ever after. Yeah, that's mine. That's
We
mine.
all take that. I'm gonna have to go with let's see, happily ever after.
We don't die. Because everyone's like afraid, because on show does some real crazy shit. And I was like, no, you'll be okay with these endings. We don't die. I think those are my 3 words. Does anyone die?
Yes.
Wait, season 5.
We don't die. Happily ever after.
Hi. Well, I just want to say thank you for being on a show with LGBT representation because I didn't have that when I was a kid. And my question is, you already talked about it. Do you have a feeling of I wish I had more scenes with a cast member or a guest star or an arc and story that you would like to try?
I'd love to answer that. I wish I had more scenes with Jim, Judd. It kind of seemed like we were going to go in that direction, and then I don't know, something must have happened. But yeah, that would have been so cool to really see that develop as this like brotherly thing, which we actually see more in season 5. I can honestly say, and it's such a relief. I have one of my favorite scenes this season with Jim. But yeah, I'm gonna say so.
I will always want to do more scenes with everyone, honestly.
Me too.
Yeah.
Even me.
You're pushing it. But I think this season, the arc where Carlos is he's a lot of things will make sense, and he has to stand alone a lot, and his standing alone is it's almost like a unification of who he is and who he wanted to be just coming together, and so is this egotistical? But it's him with himself, and I'm really proud of. I know it's so accurate to be to talk about your character and then it's like something separate, but it truly is. It's just that guy is on his own, and this season he needed to be on his own. So I actually didn't see a lot of my castmates. I really didn't see. So I wish I had the opportunity to have some more time with everybody else.
Thank you.
Yeah, I guess I could actually answer this one. I had a scene with Jim. You guys know Jim? That dude was awesome. And it was like a dinner scene, and we sat down, and I never worked with Jim before. You guys obviously know Jim. I don't know Jim. He didn't know his lines, man. It's like comment, he didn't know any of his lines. And he was like, I was like, oh dude, he's got a mouthful to say. I swear, a couple times through, he started to get me. And then by the time I turned around on him, this dude gave the best performance. It was so, it felt so authentic and so good and charming. I was like, this guy's a genius, man. And he's the nicest, one of the nicest guys I've ever worked with. So I'm gonna say Jim. Yeah, Jim's awesome. I never worked with these guys.
Jim's amazing. I have nothing to say but how impressive he is. Working with him, I feel like I was gonna say I want more scenes with the women, but when I think about Jim, I think about just being in his presence makes me a better actor. Getting what you get from him and the active, very alive space that you get when you're working with Jim. I got to see Jim. We all got to see Jim do some theater this year, and it was insane. It was one of the most remarkable things I've ever seen. And so for me, it was just I can't believe I get to work with this person. And I've been working with him for 5 years, but we don't really do scenes. We do action stuff, go up in the fire truck, get out here, go there, go. So if there was emotional stuff to do, I'd love to do more scenes with Jim. But then also just for Marjan, more women. I would have liked her to have had a relationship with Grace. We never really had anything together. They were both very resolute women of faith, and they, I did get some scenes with Tommy this year, which is nice. But yeah, women and the general Muslim community would have been nice. More interaction with other Muslim characters, maybe outside of work. I think that's what I would have, But that's it. That's where we're at now. I'm happy with where we ended. We jumped back.
Hello again, I'm Eileen. First of all, thank you. Just cannot say that enough, that goes without saying. But this is a question I've always wanted to ask about the music in Lone Star. I don't know if this has ever been answered before, but music is just so important to me, and it's tied to so much emotion and connection. And you guys have had some amazing song choices, as part of the different scenes in the different episodes. Do you ever have any input in the song choices, or is that all part of editing or the music supervisor?
It costs them so much to buy the rights to songs that we do not have any input whatsoever. If we ever even hum a tune, it's shh, don't do that. Don't do that. You're humming something that's recognizable. And we're oh, sorry, I didn't realize. I think one of us tried to be Ice Ice Baby once or something. And they were nope.
You're Tom Petty scene with Rob.
Yeah. I got that phone call a few weeks in advance. This is the song we paid, probably $100,000 for the rights. They gave me whatever the number was, and they were so get to learning it, sing it in a car it's your favorite song. And I was yes sir, will do. Thank you very much. I think it even started with Can You Hold a Tune? We don't know whether to write this scene it's cute or funny. Oh, you're so terrible at singing, it's funny. And I was I can hold a tune.
Who calls you? Was that a Ryan Murphy phone call?
Tim Minear. Yeah, he was the one who called me at the top of the show. I was like, by the way, you're going to be doing about karaoke in the car with Rob. It's going to be Tom Petty. It costs us a lot of money, so let's go. Yes, sir. That was it. That's as much input as we get.
Hi, my name is Lacey, and thank you everyone for being here today. My question is for Bart. Would you be open to having a reunion with the original High School Musical cast? And go Wildcats!
Go Wildcats! We got Wildcats in the house? Hey, all right. That's a question we get a lot. I think it would have never happened like right after the movies because Zac, well, let's be honest. You come off a show like that, everybody thinks they're gonna have Zac Efron's career, and then like it takes a lot of years before you realize like, oh, maybe we're not going to. So I think we don't want to do it without Zac and Vanessa. You know what I mean? We don't want to do that. So I think if they're right, I don't know. I think if Baz Luhrmann said, hey, I got an idea. If there's the right combination, I think it could happen. Zac has like become more and more open to embracing it and appreciating it, and I think he loves it. That's his roots. So the answer is maybe. I don't know if you watched season 4 of High School Musical, the series last year, but they try to kind of pay homage to all the fans wanting to do a reunion. So that's why it was called, the season's called the reunion season, and we try to get everybody, so you kind of like get to see a little bit of what High School Musical 4 might look like. So there was a script a couple times, East versus West, but it's it all died with Disney. But I think it's possible. I'll do it.
Hi, my name is Yesenia. So Lone Star was obviously a comfort show for me, and I was just curious if any of you guys have any comfort shows that you guys watched.
Yeah, and 2 of them were actually here yesterday, and I was trying really hard not to nerd out. But I just watched Friday Night Lights for the 3rd time, the whole way through, and it was pretty surreal being with them in the same room yesterday. I didn't say anything, but I was like, this is great. Yeah, Friday Night Lights.
Interesting.
RuPaul's Drag Race. Anytime I see a lot of the queens out and about with different things, I'm like, I know everything about you, and I'm like, oh, that's how you feel about me. Sometimes it doesn't click, where I'm like, oh, I love that thing you wore last week, or the way you decorated your bathroom, or because I follow them on social media, and I feel like I know them, and then I get to meeting them somewhere, or they walk past, and I'm like, I know you, but you don't know me. I want to be like, how's your cat? Sprinkles, or and it's like, I don't know that you know. So, yeah, love the renovations. She's done a great job. That kitchen's fantastic. No, so that's RuPaul's Drag Race 100%. And every version of it. Like, I watch all the international ones, I watch the global superstars at the moment, I watch All Stars, I'm like, yeah, that's my thing. If I met RuPaul, I think I would just cease to exist.
RuPaul was in my acting class. I wanted Chubbuck. Swing on by, guys. Watch the best. RuPaul's the best.
I think for me, I often go to comedy for comfort. After like a long day, I just watch the stand-up. But some of my good shows is I love Schitt's Creek, Insecure on HBO. But also, I was like, I don't have a comfort show. Yeah, I do. It's the Golden Girls. I can put that thing on and get lost. 10 episodes, just sit there. It's so easy. You watch these master actresses of comedy. And also the writing. Terry Hughes was the main director for the entire series. And they lasted for 7 seasons. Already, especially in our industry where women are absolutely, it's very misogynistic. The industry is very misogynistic because it's almost like while you can only last this long in the industry, you know, what roles women get, what roles, or, you know, actors that identify as women, the roles that they get, it lasts for such a short amount of time in comparison to men. And so you watch these master comedic actresses talk about aging and the funny part about aging and its life and I just feel so. And I was also raised by extremely strong women in my family, so when I see that sort of representation, I feel at home, one, but also it's just like, yes, it is possible to write parts for women after a certain age, for anybody, and so as long as we're willing to do it, it can exist, and it can be fucking hilarious, great, it can be amazing. So the Golden Girls, they're my girls. Let's go.
The Bart, this is for you and the kid in me. Wildcats. You're having a meeting.
Oh, all right. I'm awake. Oh, that was it. All right, you know what I'll do for you? Just one time, guys, one time. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but just do it if you know what to do, okay? Because I know you've done it before. You've never done it with coach before, though. What team? Wildcats! What team? Wildcats! What team? Wildcats! Wildcats! Get your head in here. Those two.
I'm soaring.
Nice, soaring. All right, all right.
We're out of time.
All right.
Next question is out of time. Man, it was a true pleasure, guys. Thank you so much for coming, everybody. Let's get